Yeah, welcome to yoga. Choosing your own way, our theme for today. You can go your own way based on that Fleetwood Mac song. That's a pretty good song. Listen to it. Let's start the child's pose and see if we can bring into practice going our own way in yoga practice and outside the mat today, which is a lot harder than we think. Come into child's pose. Yeah. Ujjayi. It's a lot more difficult than we think. Ujjayi. The concept of choosing your heart. But the heart doesn't speak. It's all the mind. Mind is confused. Ujjayi. Stretch your arm forward. Come to sit on your heels. Downward facing dog. Ujjayi. Bend one knee and then the next. Lift your heels up. And then walk your hands to your feet for ragdoll, bottom of the mat. Let it go. Ujjayi. Ujjayi. And walk your hands to the top of the mat. Downward facing dog. And then walk your feet to the top of the mat. Ragdoll top of the mat. And then slowly rise up all the way up to mountain pose. And we'll do an Om to start the class. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale to Om. Inhale. Inhale, hands to the ceiling, look up, and then fold forward. Halfway lift, hands to shins, forward fold, then plank pose. You can drop your knees here, move a little forward, and then go low plank, upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. Ujjayi. Breathe in here and out. And we'll do a few sun A's. Ujjayi. Bend your knees and float forward. Halfway lift, forward fold, all the way up to extended mountain. Fold forward, halfway lift, float back, plank pose, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in, bend your knees, float forward, halfway lift, forward fold, extended mountain. Look up, stretch up, and fold forward. Halfway lift, forward fold, and chaturanga. Downward facing dog. One more of these. Float forward, halfway lift, forward fold, extended mountain, and fold forward. Halfway lift, chaturanga dandasana. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Let's warm up with sun bees. Bend your knees, float forward, halfway lift, forward fold, chair pose, and fold forward, halfway lift, chaturanga dandasana, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, warrior one, right hand side. Get the heart going here, hands to the mat, plank pose, low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, warrior one, left hand side. Using your full movement of breath, plank pose, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Ujjayi. And float forward. Halfway lift, forward fold, chair pose. Ujjayi, full forward, halfway lift, chaturanga dandasana, plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, warrior one, right hand side. Ujjayi. Breathe in, and hands to the mat, plank pose, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, warrior one, left hand side. Plank pose. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot to the sky. And then flip your dog. Side plank on the right. Ujjayi. Wild thing, drop the left foot. Plank pose. Low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left foot to the sky. Flip your dog. Side plank on the left. Wild thing. Plank pose. Low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Ujjayi. Breathe in and breathe out. Bend your knees and float forward. Halfway lift, forward fold, chair pose. Come to sit on your chair pose, even darker. Come to sit all the way down to your mat. Roll up. And then using your inertia, come back to chair pose. You may have to use your name, your hands. Come all the way up, extended mountain, chair pose, and then roll to your back, feet to the sky, and all the way up. You can use momentum here and continue doing this move. Chair pose, sit all the way down, roll, feet on top of your head, all the way down, chair pose, roll up, feet on top of your head, chair pose. Let's do this a few more times. Getting into the breath. What does it mean to go your own way? I was listening to this podcast this morning. Continue the movement. We're going to do this as I talk. Back to chair pose, back on your back. Ujjayi. About listening to your heart or to your brain. What is the difference? Well, of course, your heart doesn't speak to you. It comes from your brain. Your heart just goes boop, boop. Or when you're doing this, it goes a little faster, pumping heart. Ujjayi. Still doing it. Chair pose. Wherever you are, fold forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Plank pose. Low plank, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Aha. Crescent lunge. Right side. Hands to the sky. Ujjayi. What does it mean going your own way? In this pose, bind your hands, maybe bring your palms towards the sky. And the heart center twist to the right. Going your own way. It doesn't mean being selfish. It means that you use this time to express this twisting crescent lunge your way. You're showing up as an authentic, your own way. Ujjayi. Warrior 2. Ujjayi. Flip your front palm and bring it to the sky. Look back. Extended side angle. Ujjayi. Warrior two. Ujjayi. Hands to the mat, plank pose. Low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Crescent lunge, left hand side. In the ball of your left foot, your right foot. Hands to the sky, maybe you bind your hands, flip your palms towards the sky. Going your own way. It doesn't mean you're bending the rules don't apply to you. That's not what it means. It doesn't mean to be selfish. Going your own way means that you make the best out of this pose. Hands to heart center, twist to the left. That you have respect for the others. And then you're in the moment. You're being the best creative self in the moment. Authentic. Like in this pose. How does go, like in this twisting crescent lunge, right? You're not doing warrior two. You're doing twisting crescent lunge. And how does going your own way in this pose, in the constraint of doing this pose, how does that look? How does that feel? Now you're going to do warrior two in the rules, right? Doesn't mean you're not abiding to the social construct, the limitation that is in front of you. It means that you're showing up in warrior two as you, being yourself. Flip your front palms and bring it to the sky. Your best self, your expression. You're expanding your chest and upper back, extended side angle. Same as this pose. How does that look for you in this pose? Hands to the mat, plank pose, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. Take a small step with your feet. We're gonna do kick up into handstand. So so you're having like a downward facing dog, but shortened. Shoulders on top of your wrist. Take one leg and kick it up, bend the other, and use it to kick up. Try to float. Ujjayi. Kick it up like that. We'll do that for a few times. Just kick up. Inhale up. Ujjayi. Breathing in. And then kicking up using the right leg. Then switch legs. Same thing, kick up. Two more. Downward facing dog. Ujjayi. We're going to do that again, except mid-air, you're going to switch legs. So you're going to kick off of one and then land on the other leg. All right. So take a step forward, shoulders on top of your wrist again. And yogi, go. Using your breath. How is it showing up here for you? How are you going your own way in this pose? In the construct, the limitation. How are you going to the edge? Ujjayi. few more. 5 more. Last one. Downward facing dog. Child's pose. Ujjayi. Breathing in, breathing out, letting it go. How did you show up and go your own way in this pose? Using the constraint that you were given. Ujjayi. Going your own way doesn't mean you break the rules. Doesn't mean you're inventing everything. It also doesn't mean that you follow them. It just means you're going your own way. Yeah. Ujjayi. Breathing in and breathing out. Ujjayi. Downward facing dog. And float forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Separate your feet hip width apart, fingers to toes, forward fold. And slowly come on up. Bring your big toe together, chair pose. And then twisting chair to the right. So now you're in twisting chair. What's the expression you want to go into here? That best describes who you are. Open your shoulders up. Sit in your chair. Knees on top of your ankles. Ujjayi. Rinsing that out. Rinsing the old you. The perception of you. Chair pose. Twist to the left. Ujjayi. Open your chest. Ujjayi. Look towards the ceiling. Chair pose. Sit in your chair. Ujjayi. And fold forward. Let's go right into crow from here. Yogi go into crow. Lifting one leg and the next. Bring your feet together. Ujjayi. And release Malasana Squat. Feet wider than the mat at 45 degrees. Ujjayi. Push your elbows into your knees. Ujjayi. Breathe in. Ujjayi. Let's go back into crow. Yogi go. What does the way, going your own way, mean here? Ujjayi. Back into Malasana Squat. Ujjayi. Ujjayi. Let's go back into crow. Feet together. What is it going your own way means here? What does that mean for you? How does that look and feel for you? Ujjayi. Malasana Squat. Ujjayi. Push your hips open. Come all the way up. Mountain pose. Bring your feet to Malasana Squat. And we're going to do goddess. So maybe you separate your feet a little longer, a little wider. Hands at 45 degrees and open your chest and come down so that your thighs are parallel to the mat. Now do mini bounces here. 1, 2, 3, like that. Just bounce. Keep bouncing. Little bounces, little small bounces. Ujjayi. Open your chest, open your hips. Ujjayi. Come all the way up, hands to the sky. Stretch up, look up, bend backwards, and back onto goddess. And then go on the ball of one foot. And then the other. And then hands behind your ears. One elbow, one knee. Left elbow, left knee. Come back up. Right elbow, right knee. Come back up. Switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Come all the way up. Hands to the sky. Look up. And goddess. Lift up on the ball of your feet. Hands behind your ears and elbow to knee. And then switch. Just do that movement. Going your own way here. Using your own speed. Your own breath. Your own courage. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Hands to the sky. And bring your feet together. You'll do eagle on the right. Right arm on the left. Lift the elbows. And then sit in your chair. Right over left. Ujjayi. Staying here, catching your breath. Ujjayi. Breathing in and breathing out. And release. Eagle on the left. Hands to the sky. Left arm under right. Sit in your chair. Bring your left leg over your right. What does it mean to go your own way? Follow your heart. What does that mean? It means that you're doing something that in 20 years, you'll remember, you'll be proud of. It means that you're in the moment. It means that you're doing something that's on the edge. And release. Hands to the sky. Eagle on the right. Not as a story that somebody told you so that somebody will be proud of you. It means that you went on the edge in this pose of eagle. It means that you're doing something that you'll remember in the practicing of this pose. It's a small moment right now. And release. Eagle on the left. Yogiko. And this is why I practice yoga. Because as a reminder to be present. So in each pose, each thing that I do, has a significance, and I'm getting so that in 20 years, I'll say, I started doing yoga at 60, and I'll be still practicing it. It's something that I will carry to my grave. Sit down in your eagle and release. Mountain pose. Let's do airplane. Take a deep breath in. Kick the right leg up and fold. Ujjayi. Breathing in here. Ujjayi. How does it look in this pose? Bring your right hip down. Hands to the mat for standing split. You can reach for your ankle. Kick that right leg up and release all the way up. Mountain pose. Airplane on the left. Yogi go. No ripples in the back of your neck. Remember when I started doing this yoga thing? I had trouble like tying a shoe, like, and then standing split, hands to the mat. I had problems with my arches, and now I look at my arch and I can put my finger underneath it. I remember like lifting my toes and pushing down on my toes, big toe mount, and release. Come all the way up, dancer on the right, hands to the sky, right elbow, right hip, bend your right knee, and yogi go for dancer, kick into the right hand. You may not remember this pose, this move, but you'll remember practicing yoga. You'll remember practicing dancer. You'll remember the impact that it had on your life doing dancer. And maybe it's building better bones or better muscle structure or flexibility. Or maybe it's giving you a sense of presence. And release, dancer on the left. Hands to the sky, left elbow, left hip. Palms facing up, bend your left knee. Reach for the inside of the left foot. And yogi go. So going your own way in this pose means that you've expressed this pose to the maximum. You've practiced this for 20 years. And then you look back and say, I've been doing this for 20 years. It's good. Release, dancer on the right. Doing something that you're happy with every day. In every way, because it's combining things. It's not only physical activity. It's peace of mind. And maybe you learn something about yourself in this pose, about going your own way, making choices. And you'll remember the day that you made the choice for yourself. And release. Dancer on the left. What I mean by that is that you're not listening to your reaction. You're doing an action, a discovery of something without any justification or judgment or whatever society has put on you, but still abiding by the rules. You're still doing dancer, but then you're going deeper. Kick into that left hand, kick harder, and release. Mountain pose. Half moon. Kick that right leg up. And then bring the left hand to the mat, right hand up. Half moon on the right. Look towards your right hand. Bring that right leg even higher. And release. Half half moon on the other side, yogi go. Looking towards the left hand, kicking the left leg even higher. Maybe you'll remember this, going your own way, and yogi release, mountain pose. Standing leg raise on the right. Hands to your hips, bring your right knee to your chest, reach for the inside of the toe, and then straighten out the right leg, bring it to the left. Going your own way in this. Right leg forward and release. Standing leg raise on the left. A lot of the yoga practice that I teach has repetition in it. Same thing, a little different. Because all the 111 sequence or poses has a meaning, a purpose. And skipping one doesn't, bring your body into equanimity. And release. Hands to your hips. Let's do tree pose for a few breaths. Ball of your right foot, open the right knee. And yogi go. Bring your foot to the desired position. It's just a complete balanced meal, like veggies, protein, fiber, probiotics, all that stuff. Healthy body, healthy mind. You make better decisions. You have a better life. Ujjayi. Hands to heart center, release. And then tree on the other side. And then we'll go to some extremes. We'll build some muscles. Yogi go for tree. We'll stand longer in the pose so that you can go your own way. You can choose to stay. How does that look from here? Going your own way. Not letting others tell you what to do. It's not that they're telling you what to do, by the way. It's that your brain is telling you what to do, which is a story. It's not you. Your brain is telling you to stop or to change. It's not you. That's just the story. And hands to heart center, release. Come to the top of the mat, take a giant step with your right foot. Come into warrior two. And then straighten out the left leg. And triangle pose. Come on up. All 10 toes towards the side wall and fold. Wide-legged side-facing forward fold. Ujjayi. Come on up. Bring your right toes towards the back. Triangle pose on the right. Ujjayi. And come on up. All 10 toes towards the front of the room. Take a small step with your right foot, so you're halfway on your mat. And then namaste your hands and fold forward. Namaste front facing, forward fold. Bring your left hip back. And we'll stay here a little longer today. Release the neck. You can release the hands if you want. Bring your left hip back. Lift the toes up. What does going your own way mean here? Where are you in resistance? Where in your body here are you resisting? And you can't just let it go. Just let it go. Let go of the resistance, the toes.
Let go of the resistance in the back of the leg. Let go of the resistance in your hip. Just go your own way. You already know. Just let it go. Letting go is a great way to go in your own way. And twisting triangle, right hand to the top of your left foot, right hand top of left foot, and left hand up, or twisting triangle. Both legs are straight. Going your own way here. Push the hips even further out. Both hands to the mat, step forward, and then come on up. Left foot halfway through the mat. Namaste your hands and fold. Namaste, front facing, forward fold on the other side. What is in resistance of going your own way here in this pose? Is it your mind? Is it your body? Whatever your mind has told your body, it's stored in resistance, in your toes, in your hips. It's stored in non-flexibility. When you're born, you're flexible. You can do things a lot easier. And then over time, we store the stories, the resistance, not our own way in our bodies. Where is this coming up for you in your body? Is it the back of the leg? Is it the hip? There's a significance to that. There's an emotional attachment to that. What is it telling you when you're storing things in your body? And left hand on top of your left hand on top of your right foot, right hand up for twisting triangle. And where is it coming here? Ujjayi. Right hand to the mat and come on your knees. To sit on your knees, we'll do camel. We'll do one opening today. Camel. Push your hips forward using your hands and your back of your imaginary jean pocket, pushing forward. Bring your elbows together and look up and back. Ujjayi. And where are you not open here? Where do you feel that sensation? Ujjayi. Push the hips forward. Ujjayi. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, calming the brain. Shoulder blades together and come to sit on your heels. Release. Palms facing up or down on your thighs. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring your feet forward and then come to lay on your back. Bring your feet to the sky and then push your feet up and then come rolling back down. Come to a sitting position and then come back up. Kick your feet up, your hips up, and back to a seating position. And we'll do this a few times. Back up, kick up, hips are up, and seating position. Come back up, kick the hips up, feet up, seated position. Continue doing this movement at your own pace. You can go fast or slow. Ujjayi. Pushing the hips really up. Ujjayi. Breathing in. Ujjayi. Breathing in. Hips up. 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 Ujjayi. Continue this movement. And we're going to put some speed into this. So we'll do the same thing. Hips are up. Come back up. Chair pose. Come on down. Hips up. Go up. Chair pose. Down, up. Don't forget to push the hips up. Chair pose. Go as fast or as slow as you want. Ujjayi. You got this. Doing it your own way here. Eventually, not even using your hands. Last one. Bring your hands underneath your glutes, feet to the sky. Bring your feet at 60 degrees. 30 degrees. Hover. Bring your feet right up. Kick your feet up and your hips up, and then do a hover. Feet up, kick up, hover, up, hover. Ujjayi. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Ujjayi. Abdominal twist. Hands behind your ears. Shin parallel to the mat. Knees on top of your hips. Straighten out your right leg. Shoulder to knee. And then cross other side. 2, 3, 4, 6. Just continue abdominal twist. How are you showing up your own way? And it doesn't mean you're, again, going against the trend, creating your own reality. It means you're going inside and figuring out the best self for you. 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Knees to your chest. Ujjayi. Breathe in and breathe out. Legs to the sky. And then drop your right foot to a hover, hands behind your ears, and crunch up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right leg up, knees to your chest. Legs up. Left leg to a hover, crunch up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees to your chest. Rock yourself back and forth for 1, 2, and 3. Come on up. Boat pose. Reach behind your knees and lean back. Lift your legs. You can let go of the knees. Ujjayi. Ujjayi. Breathe in. Ujjayi. And release. Let it go. One more time. Boat pose. Yogi go. No hesitation. Just go into it. I'm only here for 15 seconds. Another 10. Another 5. And release. Whew. Double pigeon. Bend your knees. Take your left ankle, bring it over your right knee, and fold. The mistake we make about going our own way is like thinking things like, oh, I don't have to stand this line up, I'm going to cut the line. Or, or I don't need to like do as the other people do. I'm being told what to do. You're being told what to do by your reactions, not by other people. And breaking the rules is not going your own way. Breaking the rules is just being lonely. Going your own way is going on the edge of whatever you're doing. Going on, looking at the constraints that you have, the life that you have, and being a creative self. Human beings are made to be in action. And we resist the constraints. We think that the constraints are other people trying to control our lives. So we resist them. Ujjayi, and switch legs. But constraints are there to empower us. They're there to find the best of us. They're there to simplify our lives so we have less to think about and just to focus on one thing. It's to be authentic, to be creative with what we have. Ujjayi. What are you going to do today to go your own way? To be your own self? To discover for yourself? What are you in reaction of? And release. Spread your legs wide. And then sit and come to a seating position using your hands to either push you in the back at your hips or pull you forward. Yeah. But you're tilting you're not rounding the back here. You're just lifting your chest up and you're pulling your hand. You're pulling your chest forward at the hips, using the constraints that you have here. And the constraints may be that you can't go all the way. I've seen some people lay all the way to the ground. Yeah, it's just, but they have constraints too. Not the same as ours, but they have constraints too. So what are you doing here to go your own way in this pose? Where is the resistance here? That's the way. It's that feeling of resistance. But it feels good, right? It's not a resistance like a joint pain. It's like a pull, there's resistance there that's been built up over years. It's a feeling of like release. That's what going your own way feels like. it feels like a breath of fresh air, like a release, like you're finally free. And it has nothing to do with the constraints. It has nothing to do with the fact that you're maybe not a perfect yogi. It has to do that you're right here in this pose and you're releasing something that's been bottling up inside of you. And you're going your way. You're on your way to finding who you are. Ujjayi. Elbows to the mat, maybe. And then release, slowly come on up, and then roll yourself forward, like your deep roll. And come on up. Come to lie on your back. And we'll do an inversion of choice. I'm going to do shoulder stand today, or waterfall. I haven't done waterfall a long time. So take a block, put it underneath your lower back, and bring your feet to the sky. Palms facing up. This is one of my favorite poses, and I don't do it often. It's such a relaxing pose. Really good. Yeah, and what's in the way? What's in the resistance of being still here? Is it your mind, your to-do list? I hope you've forgotten it with all this exercise. Like the to-do list is a resistance. We're thinking that there's a pot of gold at the end of the to-do list. But the pot of gold is the to-do list. The pot of gold is in the presence of the to-do list, is in being present to what you're doing, being proud of what you're doing. And it doesn't necessarily have to serve you. In the presence of doing. And knees to your chest, bring your feet down, lift the block off, or you can leave the block in if you want to, and then come to Shavasana. Wow. You can do a supine twist if you want here. I'm just going to lay on my block as a deeper stretch. And as you're coming to the end of the practice, we're going to leave you in Shavasana, so that you can actually see the resistance of going your own way. Be in the present moment of going your own way. Ujjayi. I met this young fella today. Take a deep breath in here and let it go. Let it all go. And his wife is having difficulty. She was diagnosed with cancer for the second time. She's going through chemotherapy. And he wanted to know what he could do. And I said, well, as men, we want to fix things, especially for the ones we love. And I said, the only thing you can do is love her. And consider that she doesn't know that. So every day, without fail, tell her specifically how you love her. Doesn't matter if you're daring it or not, leave her a note. Be creative in that moment of creating a moment. Go to the edge of how you love her. Telling her. And understanding that you don't have the solution for her, but yet love is the solution. Ujjayi. What are you going to do that you'll be proud of today in 25 years? And let it go. Ujjayi. Breathe in and breathe out. Go your own way.